Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by.
Welcome, everyone, to another edition of Grief Chat on KDWA with your host, Mitch Carmody. And we want to say welcome to you, Mitch. Great to see you.
Oh, thank you, Mo. It's great to be here.
Mitch, I know that you're a very busy guy, lots of things going on. But we are talking, everybody's through the holidays now, so that's a good thing when you're grieving, isn't it?
Yes. It's like everybody takes a deep breath of relief that it's past. You know that now we have spring. We look forward to Easter and the rebirth of the planet and the rebirth of our faith and so many things. And the days are getting longer. We're getting less sad disorder. You know, we're just hope for the spring. It's a wonderful time.
It is a wonderful time. If you are listening the second Tuesday of the month from 11 until noon, the show is live. Give us a call at 651-437-1460, and we actually are going to go to the phones right now and talk with somebody. Hello to you. You're on Grief Chat.
Hi, this is Barbara Hopkinson. Can you hear me?
Yes, Barbara.
Yes.
Welcome to Grief Chat. How are you today?
Thank you. Hi, and hi, Mitch.
Hi, Barbara.
Yes, I met Mitch at a workshop that he did in Connecticut, and I've seen him speak before at the National Compassionate Friends Conference, and it was wonderful. And I'm such a fan, Mitch, of your proactive grieving approach. As you may remember, I have a Compassionate Friends chapter in northeastern Massachusetts, and recently starting a Butterfly's Journey to a New Normal nonprofit, and I'm always looking for good resources. So I want to include Mitch and this other gentleman you just had on in my resource center. It's going to be an online resource center. But my question for Mitch was, I've had, unfortunately, a very dramatic increase recently in the parents that come to me that are losing children for the causes of overdose and suicide. I mean, it's like, 5 to 10 times as often as it used to be. And I'm wondering if you're seeing that on a more national level and what kind of advice, especially around proactive grieving, you can give the families that are survivors of that.
Yes, Barbara. Unfortunately, it is a national epidemic. I'm seeing it in the military, 22 soldiers a day dying by loss.
Oh, my God.
In our rural communities, in the highest mountain elevations area of this country, suicide loss is huge. The small town, the high elevation, there's so many things that can affect the situation of hopelessness, that the suicide and overdose is increasing. It's just there's a huge I think what I'm talking about proactive grieving, what we need to do, I'm not sure what we can do now to help those that have lost somebody any more than we are doing with anybody else that has lost somebody, but to help us survivors, to help stop this trend, is to help educate people on the grieving process proactively, that kids, our children are insulated from the grieving process. The whole family used to be a part of the grieving process for years, and we wore mourning bands. Now it has gone to the McDonald's drive-through mentality of grief that we insulate the kids. Kids aren't brought to the funerals. They're not talked about it. They hear misinformation instead of the good information. So I think it's our onus to help educate people as much as we can to keep everybody involved in the grieving process. Best friends loss is minimized and marginalized, and some best friends are, in a small community and in the service are left behind with no support. And it's egregious what is happening. And I know the military is striving very hard to find out, to get to the bottom of this.
Yeah, it's really tough. I'm actually talking to the TAPS organization as well, in Mass Military Heroes Fund and different, to try to figure out how to help. We do some kind of moving photo shoots and just different ways to take different angles at helping people and know they have a resource.
And I think the biggest thing is to getting people together.
Thank you. I just, it's like another layer when it's horrible no matter what your loss is, but when you have that extra layer. There's so much more anger and guilt and
Yes, and that's why it's so important to find that niche group or that group that is on the same page, that experience the same loss. So together we can find the camaraderie and healing and move forward because we're speaking the same language.
Yeah. Well, happy to any good ideas for resources to put in my online resource center.
Yes, and can you give us?
I really want to be able to, I don't know, create kind of a central place where people can find resources from all over and from all different angles to see what works for them.
I applaud what you're doing, Barbara. And I went to your website. And can you give us the information for your website?
Thank you. It's a butterfliesjourney.org. So that's FLYS. So possessive, not plural. And the name of the organization is A Butterfly's Journey to a New Normal. So it's really trying to help people, especially with loss of a child, grandchild, sibling, or anyone before their time, the really traumatic loss, to find their way back, to choose to heal, and kind of, like you say, proactively grieve and find a way back that they can survive it and have a continued connection and and heal and find a new way to live their life. But it's a butterfliesjourney.org.
Oh, thank you, Barbara. And it's people like you and Barbara Sneedy who called in earlier that are making the difference in this country, that are reaching out to people in their areas. And now that we have the Internet, reaching out across the web to people that need help and support. So I see great things happening in this country. And we're going to change the tide of what's happening, I'm sure.
Hopefully, and just to get, one of the reasons we do these photo shoots where people are allowed to, they write messages on their skin, and then we take pictures and give the pictures to them. But it's kind of an emotion-evoking photo, but it's cathartic, and the point is to raise the discussion level around grief, because we don't, in our culture, talk about grief. Yes. People run from it, and I really would love to be able to encourage people, because that's how other people heal, is when they have other people to talk to about it, that everybody doesn't run from them.
Right, that we validate their feelings.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Barbara, thank you.
Thank you for the work you do. It's lovely. And like I said, I really enjoyed your workshop, and I've seen your presentations on the Whispers of Love, and it's just amazing.
Well, we're really happy you called in today, Barbara. Best of luck with all the work you're doing.
Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye, Barbara.
Bye-bye. Mitch, again, isn't that nice to hear the impact that you're having and how it's helping more people mushrooming out? She's starting some new initiatives herself.
Yes, the whole ripple effect of helping others is it's getting huge. I mean, we're making differences. So.
Well, we are going to go to the phones again. Again, if you're listening live on the second Tuesday of the month, you can give us a call at 651-437-1460, and this is KDWA Radio's Grief Chat. Hello to you. You are on Grief Chat. Hello.
Hello, this is Linda Finley calling.
Oh, Linda, hello to you. Welcome to Grief Chat.
Thank you so much. I'm happy to be here.
Hi, Linda. Thank you for waiting. We've had a few callers in today, and I'll probably just let you get right into the guts of this proactive seminars that we're doing. Tell us about Morning Discoveries and what you do.
Well, Morning Discoveries is my organization that I founded probably about 25 years ago. After I lost my daughter, I found that there wasn't much support, so I made it my mission in life to try and provide support and understanding to families who were going through a similar type thing. And I've often said that my daughter's legacy is my life's work. So that's, in a nutshell, what it's about. And I basically work for funeral homes and follow families after their loss. It was called an aftercare program, and have facilitated support groups for years and done a lot of training and all types of things that have to do with supporting people who are grieving.
And you have authored several books, haven't you?
Yes, I have. I authored what's called the Family Care Series, and it's a series of it's a series of 6 books, but 4 of the 6 books are actually mailed to the families throughout that first year of grief, being received at specific times, so that they can read about things that are relevant to that time after the date of the loss. So yeah, and they've been very successful. We've sent out over probably 100,000 books by now to grieving families across the country, and they've been very well received, and not a lot of places are doing much for people who are grieving, so it's been a great help for people. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Linda, tell us about these bereavement cruises that are coming up.
Okay, so what we've done is we've coordinated 2 cruises that are set to sail that are going to offer the whole series of Mitch's, bereavement workshops and proactive grieving workshops. We have other people coming on board with us to provide anything from, meditation to yoga to essential oils, and we have all kinds of activities planned. These cruises were my heart's desire to provide a place where families across the board can go to receive the understanding and the support that they need. There's no other, let's say, national organization that offers any type of event for all people who are grieving. So that's kind of what my heart's desire was when, thinking about these cruises. In addition to, for years people have said, we need a bereavement cruise. We need a bereavement cruise. So I partnered with Mitch, and I'm just very happy to have him working with me to make these cruises a reality. And our first one's going to be sailing in September out of Port Canaveral, and all of the information for the event can be found on our website, and I can give you that website address.
I would love that, please.
Okay, so it's j3hhh.com.
J3.
That's J as in journey.
Yes.
3HHH as in Harry, 3H's.com.
Wonderful. And so the first one is September of 2016. How long are these cruises?
Well, the first one is September 15th to the 18th, and that one is a 4-day, 3-night cruise. We actually have one day that we'll be out to sea when all of the proactive seminars will be offered to our guests. And then at the times that we're out at port or docked at port, they can also spend time with us doing small group sessions, or they can choose to go out and, tour the area or do whatever it is they'd like to do. We're going to be there for our guests 100% of the time that we're on the cruises, so we'll be there available for them regardless of, whether they decide to go out and explore the ports of call or they decide to stay on board with us. But the days out to sea will be the days that we hold all of the seminars that probably Mitch can tell you so much better about. So that's that itinerary. And then the February cruise is a 5-night cruise going out of South Carolina, Charleston. In similar format, the days out to sea, that one will be 2 days out to sea with rotating seminars, and then again us being there 100% of the time, doing other types of sessions in small groups for our guests.
And how did you come up with this idea to have a cruise?
Have you ever seen anything like this before? Has there been anything out there like this?
Well, I think that there was a couple of things that I heard about, that there'd been some, people who had gotten together on a much smaller basis, just got people together and did a cruise. I think one went out of New York City a few years ago. There was another one maybe out of California that I'd heard about, but nothing that is at this magnitude. We're really trying to reach out to people across the country and really promote this through any support groups, through hospices, funeral homes. There's never been an effort like that. And we're hoping that, we're going to fill our block of cabins and get people to come with us and offer that whole time being with us, offering them the support that they may need. And, I keep telling people, this is not a cruise where we're going to go and cry for 3 days or 4 days. But we are just going to experience healing and love and care. And it's an uplifting thing. It's a fun thing. And I was just asked yesterday, why a cruise? And I'm going to let you know what I answered to that, because in my experience, and Mitch, you probably can agree with this, when people are grieving, they don't want to go away because they're afraid that they're dishonoring their loved ones. They're afraid to laugh. They're afraid to say they're having a good time. So this cruise, this bereavement cruise, takes that all away, and hopefully will enable people to feel like I can go away. I'm going to be with like-minded people going through a similar experience. Takes that whole thing away, and I think it'll help people to feel like they can get away and maybe enjoy some of it. So I think it's going to be good. We've gotten a wonderful response across the board, and so we're just going forward with trying to find ways that we can promote the cruise. We have our website page, and between Mitch and myself and some other partners, we're really going out there and trying to promote this cruise as best we can and fill those cabins.
Linda, I was just out in Seattle and had dinner with Darcy Sims' daughter, Allie Franklin. And I was telling her about the cruise, and she says, OMG, she said, my mom always wanted to do a grief cruise. And Darcy was one of the greatest grief leaders in this country, and she had that on her radar to do. So I feel proud that we're going to be able to complete that for her.
Yes, and I do as well, because I think I told you I met her years and years ago, and she was the first person I ever heard speak about grief, and she was just wonderful, and I followed her through the years, and she was just wonderful. So hopefully this will be a great success, and there'll be a lot of people that will be helped by joining us.
Linda, and again, people can go to the website j3hhh.com to sign up.
Yes, they can go onto the website, and every piece of information is on the website, from what the cruise is about, what the seminars are about, bios on Mitch and myself, and then the actual cruises themselves. What the guests can do is they can actually register for the cruise. They're not paying for anything. They just can register for it, and then we contact them and make all the final arrangements. So everything can be done through the website. All the information is there. The ability to register for the September cruise or the February cruise, and then we will contact them and take care of all the particulars. And we also have, I think Mitch wanted me to share with you, that we have what we call a group leader incentive. If we have, let's say, a group leader who can put together 10 people, we have an incentive that the 11th cruise fare will be a complimentary cruise fare. And so that's kind of helping, some groups, specifically, bereavement support groups, with people who can gather up a few people and go on the cruise, and then they'll get one cruise fare that will be paid for. And so, and I do need to mention that, all the particulars about that are on the website. It's the cruise fare that's comped. It's not the seminar fees or the port charges or the taxes. So all of that information is on the website. I just need to disclose that. It's kind of the cruise lines call it a free cruise, but we like to call it a discounted cruise, because it's not actually free. It's just a nicely discounted cruise. So for every 10, they'll get one free. So if they can gather 20 people, they'll get 2, which would be one cabin.
Perfect.
That is great.
Linda, thank you for calling in today. We do hope it's a great success, and we'll post all
you're
that
so
information
welcome.
on our website as well. Mitch, thank you. Heard monthly on the second Tuesday of every month, live from 11 till noon. Grief Chat, and we want to say thank you to our host, Mitch Carmody, on AM 1460 KDWA in Hastings.
Smile, though your heart is aching.